All right, I'm going to use this as my object that I'm going to be pushing into Z space. These are easy because they're easy to track. You can do any object, but it's going to require you to do like manual roto. So I'm just going to do this for this tutorial, but you know, you can do this with anything. So what you can do is stand in frame. See, I have this amount of space, good headroom, and everything else. So I'm doing this in my apartment, so there's not going to be a lot of depth behind me. So, but the effect works better if you have like pretty good shallow depth of field and you can't, you know, it blurs it on the back. Just because it helps with the push of the 3D. So on action, what I'm going to do is hold this, come forward, bring it back. So it's going to allow me to stay behind the threshold, go forward, come back. So what you need your subject to do is to pretend that there is a box or window right in front of me, maybe about this far. And that's where the, you know, the top and bottom layers of the border you're going to make that's where they need to push this forward on. So if I go on action, I'll bring this up, and you can see I go past my border. So this is my border is about right here. I'm gonna go past it, and I'm gonna come back. So you can do all these kind of bullshit. All right. So as you can see, I have good headroom, good enough space on each side. In my opinion, I feel like this is easier with sticks only because I'm doing this by myself. So yeah, so again, what you're gonna do is tell your subject, pretend that there's a box in front of them or a window, and that's what they're gonna be pushing their object through. So let's just say the box is right here. Okay, and then here's my object. So I'm gonna go through this motion real quick. What I'm gonna do is bring the object up, move it towards the camera, and I'm going to get into focus. I'm going to bring it back. And that's it. So next we're going to take this into After Effects, and then we're going to fuck with it. So let's go. All right, so here we are, After Effects. So I'm going to import my footage, bring those bad boys in there. And then I believe it was this one. So we'll find what point we want. I don't want to be talking during this, so we'll do it without all right, that one looks cool. Okay. So we'll cut this out and we'll take that little piece. So I'm looking, move forward, my automatic focuses, goes back, bada bing, bada boom, and that's good. So we'll delete this and we'll take this. All right, so we're going to be using this piece of footage. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a new composition. No, I'm getting used to it because I run dual monitors, and when I'm recording my screen, I only can really record one screen because it makes it easier. But here we go. So I like to do 1080 1350. This is for Instagram specifically. Yes, I think that's the max height and width for video. It might be 1920 by 1080 or 1080 by 920, whatever. But I like to use that. I like the dimensions of that. So, well, I'll just call this fin for final. So we'll open that, and we have here. So we're going to take our other footage. I'm going to bring it in here. I like to keep it in the comp so we can fuck with it with whatever we need to. Like that. And then I'm going to scale this, or I can right click, fit to height. Oops. So there I am. As you can see, I mean, I could have went a little further back, but I'm working here in HD, so whatever. That actually looks fucking bomb. I was really having a hard time making sure I was in focus and shit, because I'm like talking to 3 cameras at the same time. But anyway, so okay, so that is our this will be our working comp. All right, so as you can see, I have good headroom like that. Okay, so I'm gonna create a new solid. We'll just make it, we'll just make it white for now. And what I like to do here is, so I'll pull up the action safe, and I'll also pull up my rulers. So we will, I'm gonna mask this bitch. So there we go. Double click that, and I like to keep it, you know, uniform, make it look nice. So keep it at there. Change this to subtract, and that will be our borders for you know, the interface that we're going to be working with. So in this case, I'm doing Instagram. So we're going to put, you know, the borders of Instagram on there. As you can see, when I move up here, this is where, you know, it's going to cut off, because we're going to, you know, cut this out. So, I mean, I can do this. So what I can do is make this a little bigger, because, you know, I want to make the effect pop, you know. So I can make this bigger so that, you know, the more that you have come over this white solid, the more the effect will, more effective it'll be. So I want to turn it down a little bit, that, and then there we go. So that looks about good. Because, okay, if you see these borders here, those borders will be coming out of that, you know, in front of those, of my borders. So maybe I'll cut it a little, scale it down a little bit more. There you go. There you go. All right, I like that. So next, what I'm gonna do, so I know there's probably a different way to do this, but what I like to do is I like to get this, get this, and export this out so that I can have my footage cut into, you know, this this size comp, so the tracking is easier and I don't have to like fuck with stupid shit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna render this real quick. I like to do that, render it, and we'll just put it to, I don't know. I don't have like a specific folder for this. I know I'm gonna get like people yelling at me or whatever, but track, and do that. So render that out. I like how it pretty much stays within within the borders of the comp. All right, and then so I'll pull that in. Let's see, track, bam, and then I'll bring that back in here. So I'm just gonna use this for the track, so it's not like, you know, I'm gonna be using that as my footage. So I'm gonna pop on Mocha, go into Mocha. See, it keeps opening on my second screen, sorry. All right, so what I'm gonna do is find, you know, a good spot where I can see the entirety of my thing. Then I'm gonna use the this guy. So this is like, I forget the terminology, but this kind of thing. Go through. I'm just getting the corners of this for now. Right click to end it. Pull on these so that they are more angular. Alright, so basically what you're doing is just pretty much making sure this stays on and just babysit it throughout the entire track. So here we go. It should be easy because it's a square, so it should stay. You see how here, if you look closely, I'm kind of getting some of my shirt, so I just gotta babysit that bitch. Get back on there. Up here too. Just gotta go through that. All right. So we go through that. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. You can track the entire thing in its entirety, but you know, I'm lazy, so I just pretty much do when it passes past that border. So you know, you just gotta kind of eyeball it. It just makes things easier if you do the whole thing, because you have more you'll be able to do more things with it, but for the sake of this tutorial I'm not, because yeah. Alright, so that's a good end. Wait, maybe a little bit more. A little bit more. Alright, that's good enough for me. Oh, just add a keyframe there. Alright, we'll go back to the middle. And I really hope that this tracks fine, because it kind of comes off the edge a little bit, but I think it should be fine. And fix this a little bit. Turn. Good, 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 good. Stay. Good, good, good. I'm really thankful that my autofocus was being a good girl, because it's helping my track a lot. All right, and of course, you're going to be needing to do this for everything that passes that border in the beginning. So you know, for this example, it's the book and then my hand. And when you're doing this, you can, so like I said, I'm only doing when it passes through. So that's where your, you know, imagination needs to come in. So as I said before, there's that border, that imaginary window that we made up while we were shooting this. That is kind of where we're going in and out. So I don't know, let's just say it starts coming through the border here. So you need to roll to all this, and then when it comes back out, maybe there. That's when it's, you know, good. So you know, this part of the track's whatever. So now I have to go through for my hand, which I hate hands. They're fucking bitches, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So I turn this off so it stops tracking. Then I'm gonna use the B, because this is more, you know, Bezier. Alright. Go through here, take that, and I'm going to track my whole hand just so that it sticks. Alright, and then I'm going to go backward first. Oop. Let me just move that shit, move that shit, move that shit. I'll put one by one, whatever. So again, we're just doing it to where, you know, it passes that point, that imaginary point in your scene. Excuse me. And that should be good. All right, and just put a keyframe there. So here, do the same thing, but forward, and it's going to be harder because of the fact that I'm, you know, coming off screen. So let's just hope. All right, I'm already fucking up here. So we'll go pull that there, there. I hate doing this. Sometimes I actually prefer manually hand tracking it, just because, I don't know, robots are gonna take over the world, and you know, it makes me feel like I have more, what do you call? I don't know, whatever. Okay, so I'm still babysitting this bullshit. This part doesn't really matter, I'm just making sure that it stays when it pulls back. See how my fucking knuckles are all fucked up? Alright, I'm just gonna make sure these fit nicely in here. Good. Good, bring that down, bring that in a little bit. Fix this for this knuckle, fix this. Bring that down there. Alright, and then track backward. So this transition will be quick. You can be more precise, but again, this is not like I'm doing like a fucking music video or anything like that. This is just for you guys. You know, there we go. Keep that nice in there, and then I'm gonna, there we go. All right, that should be good. Excuse me, I'm kind of sick. Okay, so we'll get out of Mocha, save. And there might be a million correct ways to do this, but the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to make an adjustment layer. Go back to my track, go to the matte, create AE masks, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these masks and then copy, and then go make sure you're at the beginning of your adjustment layer. I'm going to click on my adjustment layer, paste those masks there, and I'm going to put, you know, put this down there. Okay, for this, I'm actually going to put this, so I'm going to pre-comp this. Pre-comp. We'll call this, like, I don't know, IG UI. There we go. So, so yeah, we'll go. So we still have that on our clipboard, the masks. Oh no, actually we pasted them, very stupid idiot. All right, so we're gonna find the point where they, you know, we're gonna find the point where these points meet this part. So it's about right there. Just to know when the 3D effect happens. So, I mean, yeah, we're gonna, so I wanna end it maybe right there when it is out of that imaginary window. And I'm going to start it right about there. So that's right before it goes in, right after it goes out. All right, cool. Now, so we'll take our IGUI, Instagram user interface. We're going to go here, and we're going to go alpha inverted matte. So as you can see, now we have a cute little mask around this to allow it to come in front of the thingy. I mean, it's not the most perfect mask, but you know, we try our hardest. So I kind of don't like how little of it is going over the border. So what I'm going to do is probably bring this up a little bit. So, you know, in the Instagram UI, this is where like the comments and the reactions are and shit. So I can do this. So I'll bring this up a little bit, you know, because this is just pretty much where your name is and your little, you know. So there we go. So now it sells the effect a little bit more because my hand comes in front of it. And pull back. Oh, let's just see what the transition out looks like. So, okay, that's not gonna work yet. Let's just see the whole thing. Alright, there I am looking like an idiot. Bring it forward. Kamaputra. And then bring it back. Of course, we're going to clean everything up afterwards. So, on the pullback, I'll just pull it right, maybe, so, right there. So, I'll go in. And then maybe right there. No, maybe a little bit more. Right there. Yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna do is cut these up and then delete these so that, you know, this is the transition between this. So I'm gonna see that. I don't really like how it just maybe I can lower this a little bit. Alright, let's just go back. Let's go back a little bit. Alright, so I'm gonna lower this guy a little bit. Just enough. Maybe right there. Because I want it to look like I'm bringing it back over. Maybe right. Maybe right there. Again, this is like where you need to, you know, a lot of your check, check, check. Check, 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 check. A lot of your, this is where a lot of your imagination comes in. And I feel like you need to have imagination when you do this kind of bullshit, so I guess we're good. Whatever, we're gonna work with that. Okay, so that looks pretty dope. Maybe we can make it like bright. Like even that, you can like have it like, and like there's like a hole here. I don't know, whatever the fuck you want to do. Okay, so, you know, bring it back at this point, maybe right there. Delete that, delete this because it's alpha down there. All right, so this is what we're gonna work with. Kamaputra. And then bring it back, bring it back. Okay, so that's what we have so far. So whoop, Kamaputra, whoop. So yeah, a dope thing you could possibly do is, so when this comes through, you can like fuck with this layer to make it look cracked or something. You can make it look, you know, you can just have it like fall over or something. That's what's kind of fun about this, is you can do whatever the fuck you want, you know. Yeah. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go, where's my phone? So what I'm gonna do now is, so we need the Instagram interface. So, you know, the best way to do that is to fucking go on Instagram. So here I am on Instagram. Of course, we have, you know, Ben as the first IG story that you see when you log in. So what I'm going to do is, can you see this? Okay, so I want to take a screenshot of the interface. This is fucking dirty as fuck. So I want, can you fucking see that? So I want the top title. So my name, and then I want what's on the bottom. So I'm gonna take one like this. So, oh, fuck, you do this again. So I'm gonna take, focus, you bitch. I'm gonna take that. And then I'm gonna scroll down a little bit, and I'm gonna take, I want this part. So I'm gonna take that. All right. So now I got those. I can send it to myself, and we can go back to After Effects, and then we'll fuck shit up. All right, let's go. All right. So I'm gonna get these pictures. They're in my downloads. I'm gonna pop them right in there. Pop them. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into I'm gonna go into the UI layer, the IG UI layer, and then I'm going to take this one. Man, I thought it was gonna be right size. But all right, I wanna fit to comp width. All right, so bango, and just make sure that it fits. You can see it fits right in there. And then we'll put the other one in there. Fit to comp. Oh, shit. No. Transform fit to comp width. Alright, and then, there. I'm just gonna cut this one off, just mask it so that I just want this bottom part. So I'll go back to this part, and then as you can see, it's right there. So what you can do here now is just fuck with it so that you can either move this, but you're gonna have to do it for these two too. But you can do all that kind of shit. And then what you're gonna do is, I kind of fucked up with this because this is too long of a. I talk too much to myself on the internet. So also, when you're in this, you can do things like, if you want to change this and make it something cheeky. So what I like to do is just, just type in wherever your mom's house, and then, just figure out what the font they're using. And I think Instagram uses Arial. Excuse me. I don't know. Whatever. And then we can just put it there, and then you can figure out your favorite way to delete this. All I pretty much do is I take that white and then turn it off real quick, and then mask this out, so you can do whatever you want with this part. And put that under there, put that, oh, stupid idiot. So you can just do shit like that. Again, this is your imagination, not mine. I'm just trying to show you how I did this. Alright, so okay, since we moved this mask, I have to redo these masks. So see, I copy that mask, paste it on there, and do the same thing for back here. Bango. And then you pretty much have it. Just turn off title safe. Excuse me, goddamn. Okay. So as you can see, there it is. I mean, this is really rough, so you can see, the mask is not perfect around the book. There's that shit and whatever. I can go in and I can feather each, maybe 15, maybe 10, maybe 15. No, maybe 10. And then my hand 10. So now it's a little cleaner, I guess. I don't know. Might be too much. See what I mean? So, that kind of looks bad, but you can figure out ways to make it cooler. So if something happens there, maybe this shit breaks, this shit breaks off or whatever. I don't know, it's up to you. But this is just the simple way to do this effect.
So yeah, what I'm gonna do, I think people learn better if they have, with their hands. So I'm gonna put this project file out. I mean, you're gonna have to stare at my face all fucking day, but you can use it to whatever you want to do it. You can like replace all the footage with yourself. You can do the tracking of yourself later, whatever. But yeah, so this is this effect. I hope you liked it. Oh, also, what you can do too. So this part. So when you do this, this part is masked out, right? Oop. Excuse me. What is that? Actually, never mind. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this out, and then yeah. So another thing you can do to just add to this is you can take this. So we'll probably just like duplicate this mask. So it's gonna be real quick. So duplicate this mask, and then duplicate this guy, the original footage. Bring it up there. So I'll cut this real quick. Cut this real quick. Cut this real quick. All right, and then we can mat that. All right, so now we have this by itself, right? So what you can do is I'll make a new adjustment layer. Put that right there. So anything beneath this will blur. So if we do this, do that, do this, do this. So I want it to follow the blur of my camera automatically focusing. So see how about right here it's not in focus, but then about here it is. So we'll just take that adjustment layer. We'll add maybe a camera lens blur. Repeat edge pixels. So you can see here now, this is blurred out. So the old background's blurred out. And that's going to sell the effect a little bit more. So I'm going to maybe make it, what's 10 look like? Yeah, that looks fucking pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to set the keyframe. And then let's see where, see over here, you can already tell this is where my camera starts racking. So it goes, so, you're trying to match, I'm trying to match my camera's automatic focus. So yeah, you can see it right there. See how it shifts. All right, and then we'll maintain that blur for a little bit. Maybe this will actually help with the transition back, because I don't like how it just breaks through that white part. And I don't know, too lazy to figure out a way to fix that right now, but you can figure it out. So then still in focus, 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 still in focus. Maybe we'll just keyframe it, because we're running out of space here. And then there we go. And then now it's out of focus. So in focus, in focus, in focus, pull back. There we go. So that's pretty much how you do that. So we can watch it one more time. Sorry, I don't have like the fastest computer in the world. There we go. Kamaputra. Pull it back. Bada bing, bada boom. I mean, another way I could even do is just like, fuck it. That's just the way we're gonna do it right now. Okay, another thing that you can, fuck around with is you can add like a drop shadow as it comes in front of this part, but I'll probably save that for something else. Yeah, so that's basically it. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned some things. And And if, you know, if more people like this kind of bullshit, then I'll make more. All right. Thanks. Aloha.